Have you tried diet and exercise, but just haven't been able to lose enough weight and you're battling some serious health issues? Then possibly a prescription on weight loss injectables may be a choice for you. Hi everyone, I'm Jen and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to tell you how I went about getting prescribed mounjaro, yes, off-label, and the tips and tricks I would recommend you use to get your doctor to prescribe, say, zepbound and wegovy or ozempic and mounjaro, off-label, as I said before. I've been on mounjaro now 15 months and I'm down 84 pounds. These are all obesity management tools that can help with like insulin resistance, hunger cues, binge eating, and just in general, people who have struggled with their weight for, a considerable amount of time, just to name a couple things. And even though my experience may be slightly different than most, I just want to help you and help you if you're tired of just the constant struggles like I was trying to lose weight. And by the end of this video, you'll have a plan. You'll be prepared for your conversation with your doctor. And if you find this video helpful, please do not forget to like and leave a comment below. And then just a reminder, not a healthcare professional. I just want to share my experience and help you on your future weight loss journey. Plus, with so much attention on weight loss injectables over the past couple months, there's a lot of conflicting information out there, and I just want to start you off on the right path. So before your appointment, there's some homework you'll probably need to do. And you may be thinking, why do I need to do the work? My doctor should know my history and shouldn't have to prove anything. And I shouldn't have to prove anything. I just think it's important to be prepared and really maximize that limited amount of time you may have in your appointment. And during your appointment, the doctor will probably review your medical history and just discuss any health concerns and assess your weight loss goals to determine if, weight loss injectable is suitable for you. They may also request some blood tests. I also say don't assume your doctor knows all of your past failed attempts. I feel like sometimes we can maybe sugarcoat or make light of our prior experiences, and it's not the time to do that. So tip number 1 is to figure out, even if you qualify, you have to have a BMI of 30 plus or BMI of 27 plus with some serious health related issues. Then you'll fall into the category. And those serious, weight related health issues include high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes, just to name 3. And, you can find numerous BMI calculators. Just Google BMI calculator. And then it'll ask you to put in your height and your weight. I qualified with a BMI of 37.4 back in March of 2023. I also had really high blood pressure that was being controlled by medicine for over a year at that point. And I said, just take a couple minutes to look up your number. There could be some other extenuating circumstances, but this one is, one of the first things most doctors will check before approval. I say walk in with this number and, save your doctor some time and also let them know that you've done your homework and you are ready and you already know you qualify. And then the second tip is probably the most frustrating, and it's to know what your insurance covers. I would hate for you to have a conversation with your doctor, then get surprised that your insurance doesn't cover or maybe covers with a PA, or in some cases it does cover, one of these medicines, but it's still relatively expensive and out of your budget. Without health insurance, what you pay at the pharmacy, which is your retail cost, is over $1,100 per month, regardless of dose. If you pay out of pocket, you can expect to pay, over $13,000 a year. Also be aware that once you start treatment, you're likely going to be in it for the long haul. As research is now showing that maintaining weight loss, that patients tend to gain or regain some weight when they stop. So you may have to look at this drug as a lifelong drug. And whether one of these meds is covered by your insurance depends on your provider and your specific plan. If your insurance provider covers one, your out-of-pocket cost depends on what your drug copay and possibly your deductible. It's possible you'll only pay your drug copay from day 1. However, if your insurance plan requires you meet your deductible before your copay takes effect, you might pay full price until you reach your deductible. Your drug copay depends on that formulary and the tier that your insurance company puts them in. It's possible to pay for some or all of your costs, including your drug copay, using maybe a health savings account or a flexible spending account. These accounts let you set aside pre-tax dollars to use for qualified medical expenses later. I use my FSA to pay for my medication every month because even though insurance covers it, just things are adding up these days, and I want to just do whatever I can to even save if it's a small percentage. If you have commercial insurance, you may be able to use a savings card program. That savings card lets you maybe get 1, 2, or 3 month supply, I think for as low as $25. If they aren't covered, you can possibly still use the savings card to get your prescription for as low as $5.50 a month. Note, some restrictions apply, and this is constantly changing. And it can vary between the drugs. If your insurance provider does cover, but they could require prior authorization before your insurance will cover it. This process requires your healthcare provider to submit paperwork to your insurance company explaining that your use of this medicine is medically necessary. This could be a lengthy process, and I've heard some people getting denied a couple times and then 5th, 6th attempt finally approved. This will test your patience, but there are a ton of PA resources out there. Look them up. It's not a matter of getting approval for weight loss injectables or having a BMI, above 30. You need to make sure insurance covers, or you need to figure out if you can fit, or you can budget for the costs that exceed over $500 a month for just an undetermined amount of time. I recommend calling your insurance, or, in my case, I have an app and I can price out medications, which helped me and, my doctor decide what was my best option. See if that's an option for you. Say if you did your homework prior to the appointment and your insurance, let's say your insurance covers Wegovy, but your doctor is insisting zepbound, and you do not want to pay hundreds of dollars, a month, then inform him of this. Now, tip number 3 is going to take some time. And I say, write down all your failed attempts to lose weight, how you went about it, what resources you used, how you're feeling on that daily basis, and what you've been eating. This can also be the amount of times you were successful to then just gain it back. Go prepared and don't assume your doctor knows this history. The first thing your doctor will push prior to prescribing a weight loss injectable is basically around what modifications you can make. You'll hear the line, why don't you try to eat less so you're in a calorie deficit and move more? And because you did your homework, you can now show him or her, your doctor, or tell your doctor in full details all of your prior attempts. And the reason I'm pointing this out is that, all documentation on the use of these medicines state to be used in addition to healthy eating and an exercise plan. So the more details you can provide, the better. And I'll give you my example shortly, but any, smart doctor will do that and not just hear you request and then instantly write a prescription, as much as we would love that. They have to follow some of their own protocols before dispensing. And, for a good amount of the population, they have no issues losing weight with changing their diet and adding an exercise. But for some of us that have tried to lose weight hundreds of times and were, unsuccessful or successful and then gained it back, we have to tell them this. And I know it's not easy to go down memory lane. It can be depressing thinking about all your failed attempts, but be prepared. That can give you just the confidence to then ask for help and open up about your goals and your needs if you have it all mapped out. And then tip number 4, and the last one, is, tell them about your prior weight loss attempts, but also state how it really made you feel. Clearly state what you want and why this is important to you, because we are our own biggest advocate. It's okay to tell them that you're frustrated and that you think a medicine that can control appetite could help you with your eating habits. Speak with confidence because, you are your own expert of your own experiences, but keep that conversation balanced and express how you feel while, remaining calm. And remember, if you don't get exactly what you want, maybe try to find a compromise between your request and your provider's recommendations, because ultimately your healthcare provider may advise against weight loss medications in, your particular situation. It's just important to understand their reasoning behind it and, ask for specific concerns and whether there are any other solutions. Remember, your doctor's primary goal is your health and your safety. Sometimes they might suggest other, weight loss strategies or will refer you to another specialist for further evaluations and advice. This is where you can either take their advice or you can always go down the route of, a telehealth provider. But remember that first tip I provided, which is to know your BMI, and if it's below, set requirements, you're most likely not going to get approved for a weight loss injectable. But that is between your healthcare provider and yourself to discuss. And I decided to save my story for the end of this video because it's not one of the norm. And I only wish more doctors did this, but I was only with my doctor for about 1.5 years before, and he just wasn't privy to my prior weight loss attempts. But he knew at that time I was trying to lose weight and I was having issues with some binge eating from some stress in my life, and I was trying to work through it. But he also knew that I gained 60 pounds in under 2 years, and right before that, I had lost 40 pounds. So I scheduled a video call. I made sure to say that my health concern was my weight, and that is all I wanted to talk about so I can have the full time on this topic. I started the appointment talking about my latest failed attempt, and, that I tracked all of my food, and I could show him everything in MyFitnessPal, and I was in a calorie deficit before even doing my workouts. And then I was doing Orange Theory 4 days a week. And, after 8 weeks, I only lost a couple pounds. I mentioned I did exactly what I've always done in the past, but for some reason, nothing seems to be working at this time. And I also mentioned all my failed attempts again. And I asked him for help because even if I was to succeed, I would most likely gain it back based off of my weight loss history. But I thought help was going to come in the form of maybe recommending personal trainer, dietitian, or nutritionist, and therapy. I told him I was serious and I wanted to figure out the best route for me to lose weight, and I didn't care how long it would take. I was calm and I was direct, but I showed I was not looking for an easy way out. I needed help. Just that something's preventing me from losing and then maintaining that weight loss. Then to my surprise, my doctor was the one that recommended a weight loss injectable based off of our conversation, my health history. And actually a couple patients of his were taking weight loss injectables and having success, and their story looked and sounded exactly like mine. It was a very positive conversation, and I think what helped was just my honest recap of my weight loss journey. I knew my BMI, and then I wasn't looking for a quick fix, and I just needed some help. But I didn't walk out with a prescription because I needed to figure out what my insurance would approve, which is why I made that tip above. I went home and did some research, and based off of his recommendations, my insurance formulary, and my current health status, I was prescribed Mounjaro. Thankfully, that conversation and my newfound hope when I walked out of it to lose weight wasn't for nothing, because I don't know what plan B was, since I couldn't budget another $500+ a month. So the bottom line is I went in prepared to talk about weight loss options. Maybe not injectables, and then there was a delay figuring out insurance, but now, 15 months later, I am down 84 pounds off blood pressure meds and slowly reclaiming the pieces of me that I lost while I struggled with my weight. And so just to recap this video, just begin by expressing your concerns about your weight and the impact that it has on your overall health. Remember to be honest about your diet and exercise efforts and why you believe medication might be necessary for you. This shows your commitment to achieving a healthier weight. And keep in mind that this is only a discussion on you and your health. If you simply aren't a fan of your physical appearance, losing weight isn't going to help that. And weight loss drugs aren't an easy answer to weight loss, but they may help you make, the lifestyle changes that you need to practice just to lose weight and improve your health. So now that you know what is needed to ask your doctor for weight loss injectables, go ahead, make that appointment and take a step towards just getting healthier. I want you to have the confidence you need to talk to your doctor, and once you get approved and start, I say go check out my beginner's tip video. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I try to keep it simple and to the point. And if you're planning on talking to your doctor or you have already, let us know what your experience was and any additional tips that you may want to provide in the comments below. As always, please remember to like this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.